Welcome you all to Sri Lectures YouTube channel. So in this video we will discuss about Biot-Savart law. So Biot-Savart law is the one of the important law with respect to magnetostatic field. So this law is applicable for a general case, that is applicable to all the cases, and one of the special case of this Biot-Savart law is Ampere circuit law. So that is applicable to symmetrical current distribution only. Sorry. So the statement of Biot-Savart law is it states that the magnetic field intensity dH produced at a point P. So consider this figure. So here we need to find the magnetic field intensity dH at the point P with respect to current carrying current element, differential current element IDL. So the line joining between differential current element and point P is a distance that is taken as R, and the angle between the line joining element and differential element is alpha. Then the dH is below differential current element IDL is proportional to product of IDL. So that is dH is proportional to IDL. This is the first one, and second one is proportional to sine of angle between alpha between the element and the line joining P. So second point is proportional to sine of alpha, and third one is inversely proportional to square of the distance R between the P and the element. So that is inversely proportional to 1 by R square. So this is the statement of Biot-Savart law. So now combined about two cases, then we get dH is proportional to IDL sine alpha divided by R square. So while removing proportionality, we are adding one constant K. So the K value is proportionality constant. In SI unit, K is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi. So substitute this K is equal to 1 by 4 pi in above equation. So then we get IDL sine alpha divided by 4 pi R squared. dH is equal to IDL sine alpha divided by 4 pi R square. So now we are simply written this expression with respect to cross product we already studied. So while saying from the above figure, we are consider here we have the differential current element, and here we have the point P. So here the length is R along the unit vector, have the unit vector AR. So here differential length is simply DL. So now simply take cross product of these two, that is DL cross AR is equal to mod of DL into mod of AR into sine of angle between these two, that is this angle is already we know this angle is alpha, so into sine alpha. So already we know unit vector, modulus of unit vector is 1, so then we can write simply this term as DL into sine alpha, DL into sine alpha. So now in this expression, this DL into sine alpha is replaced by simply DL into AR. In the next step, only one change, DL into sine alpha is replaced by DL cross AR. That is the next step. From the definition of cross product, it is easy to notice the above equation is better put vector form as. So then we get I into DL cross AR. So again we can write AR is nothing but unit vector, is nothing but R vector divided by mod of R. So again mod of R can be written as simply R vector divided by R. So while substituting this formula in this expression, so then become R vector divided by R cube. R vector by R, already one R is there, while multiplying these two we get R cube. So next step I already explained, R is nothing but mod R, AR is nothing but R divided by mod R. Thus the direction of DH can be determined by right hand rule with right hand thumb encircle the wire in the direction of DH as shown in figure below. So alternatively, we can use the right hand screw rule to determine the direction of DH with the screw placed along the wire and pointed in the direction of current flow. The direction of advance of screw is the direction of DH as shown in figure below. So this is first one is direction of DH using right hand thumb rule, right hand rule, and second one is right handed screw rule. So it is customary to represent the direction of magnetic field intensity H or current I by a small circle with a dot or cross sign depending upon whether the H or I is outward or inward to the page. So first one, if the current is outward from the page is considered as dot, current is flowing toward the page is considered as cross. This is the basic law. So conventional representation of current. So now we can define the different current distributions: line current, first one line current, and surface current and volume current as shown in figure below. So figure A with respect to line current, current is I, the element is IDL, and here this is surface current. Surface current element is defined as K into ds, and this is with respect to volume. So volume element is defined by J into dV. Figure shows the current distribution, line current, surface and volume. If we define I is the line current density, surface current density in ampere per meter, and that is surface current density K in ampere per meter, and J is in ampere per meter square. The source element are related as, so we can relate all the three terms by this equation. IDL is equal to KDS is equal to JDV. So thus in terms of distributed current source by Savart law, this is with respect to line. In the second case, this element is replaced by surface element, that is K into ds, and third one it is replaced by volume J into dV. This is with respect to line current, surface current, and third one is with respect to volume current. So next video will be on magnetic field intensity due to straight conductor. And thank you for watching. Thank you all.